Quacks of Quedlinburg. This is your review for 2. Good day, everybody. My name is Joe Gerba. Today I'll go through the 2-player review for Quacks of Quedlinburg. This is my copy from Schmidt, the American version. Today I'll be going through a quick gameplay and then my review for 2. In this game, you play as quacks from around the world, competing in an event over 9 days, trying to use different ingredients to brew the best potions you can over these 9 days. Each day you'll be pulling from a bag of ingredients that you've collected over the days, one by one, putting it in your cauldron, hoping not to explode. So in this game, you're trying to get as far in this pot, get as far as you can each day without drawing too many of these cherry bombs. As soon as you reach 8 points of cherry bombs, then your pot explodes for the day. Each of these chips will have a different number on them, and they come in different ingredients. Cherry bombs are included in your starter bag, as well as one spider and a pumpkin. As the days go by, you'll be able to gather different ingredients, make your bag a little bit better. And this bag is a bag building game. So as I said, over the course of the actual day, you'll be pulling ingredients out of the bag, putting it in your cauldron, trying to make it the furthest around without blowing up. So there's definitely some luck involved with what you pull, but a lot of strategy, a lot of buying. You know, every day you'll get to buy something new and build your bag from there. So at the end of every day, whoever made it the furthest along your cauldron, whoever made the furthest number, will get to roll this dice. This dice has a couple boons on it. It may make you move along the track. It may give you an extra ruby, which you can spend at the end of the day for various tasks, such as flipping over your potion and moving your droplet a little bit further along the track. Then we go through a couple post-scoring along the cauldron. Then if you stopped on the space before a ruby, you actually get a ruby, and we'll go over that in a second. You get to move your victory points if you did not explode, and buy stuff, buy new ingredients if you didn't explode. If you did explode, though, you only get to do one of those things, so it's a little bit interesting there. You can spend 2 of your rubies to flip over your potion, which will allow you, if you do draw a cherry bomb along your way, it'll allow you to put it back in your bag. And so it's kind of a little do-over for one pull, which is pretty nice. Or you can move your droplet, which allows you to permanently increase how far you can move along your cauldron for the day. And as you move along these tracks, a couple different ingredients will open up. Eventually you'll have to add another one cherry bomb to your bag, making it increasingly probable you're going to blow up. But along the time you'll be putting ingredients in your bag and actually making this a pretty robust bag. On the last turn, however, every 5 points you would get to be able to spend along your path, you'll also get victory points as well. So you don't want to explode on that last day, so it's pretty important. At the end of every day as well, you'll get to draw from one of these cards. This is just a round. It may be a permanent bonus for the round, or it may just be an immediate round. You may have a couple choices of moving 4 spaces along the track or getting an extra chip in your bag. So in the end, whoever makes it furthest around the board by the end of day 9 wins the game. And that's Quacks of Quedlinburg. So the first thing I'll go over is the components. Components of this game are pretty good. Everything is cardboard in the game, minus a couple cards. The ingredient tiles are cardboard. All the chips are cardboard. My one minor complaint about this game is when I was punching out some of these from Schmidt, I was getting a little bit of flash on the outside, and you want to make sure every chip does feel the same. So the punch boards could use a little bit of work, but other than that, the production quality of this game is fantastic. The rules are about 8 pages long or so. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy to remember. And what I do like about this game is if you don't play it for a while, it can be pretty easy to pick up. The rules are straightforward, concise, even if you're playing with the different tiles, which I'll go over in a second, which is really a neat part of the game. The setup does take a little bit of time because there are you need to make sure all the ingredients are separated correctly, a lot of bags, but overall the setup isn't too bad. It's not as easy as Love Letter would be to get to the table, but not as bad as some other games. The table size, we can fit in about a 3 by 2.5. As you can see here, we have 2 players. My table size, for instance, is 6 by 3. So in future reference, I'll be saying whether you can play on a card table or you need a little bit larger table. But this should be, for 2, very easy to fit on a card table. The gameplay is pretty thematic. You'll be putting ingredients in your pot and your bag, and you're a quack. I mean, you're just a crazy kind of alchemist putting all these ingredients in, and it's not oozing with theme, but the theme is definitely there and makes it fun. What is a positive about this game, and what's nice, is from 2 to 4 players, it really doesn't matter, but with 2, there's no downtime at all. You're always pulling from your bag. The most downtime you'll probably ever have is when you say that you're done for the day, and your opponent may be drawing a couple more times. But the downtime is very small in this game, so you're always doing something. I found out that this game, we can play a few games. They're about 30 to 45 minutes, 30 minutes on the shorter end, so we can get a lot of games in a short amount of time, and the downtime keeps us going. We're always doing something, which I really like in 2-player games. You really don't want to sit there while the other person has their analysis paralysis. It's nice that you're always doing something. And the gameplay, as far as luck versus strategy, you can come up with all these nice combos the best you want, and when they work perfectly, you make it really far on your cauldron track. And when you draw 7 cherry bombs, 6 cherry bombs, and that one more 2 count is about to explode, you don't know what to do, so you draw that 2, and now you're behind a little bit because you can either buy or get points. So there is a little bit of luck. I'd say this game is highly based on luck versus strategy. There's things you can pull off. It's depending on what you want in your bag. And remember, you can never look in your bag, which makes it interesting I'm going to make sure that hopefully I put one of those things in, I think. So that's what makes it fun about this game. So it's very luck based. Everyone has a chance to win, but it's fun because there's no downtime. It's engaging. That's why I really do like this game. There's a little bit of strategy, but the luck is highly there. Everyone has a chance to win. One thing that's a little bit tough about this game is when you do fall behind in a 2-player game, it's really tough to catch up. You really don't want your opponent getting too far ahead. It is all, as the game progresses, you need to make sure you stay within a relatively good distance. There can be a runaway leader, which is my one negative about the game. The rat, it kind of helps you catch up. It's a mechanic where you can put it a little bit further in your pot, and it gives you a small bonus depending on how far you are behind. For the replayability of this game, though, it's really nice because the base set comes with these ingredients tiles. Now, they are double-sided, and they do give you 2 of each tile. So that's 4 different types of ingredient that you can play throughout your different games. You can mix and match. There's sets that are supposed to go a little bit well together, or you can just randomly flip some tiles. The Herb Witch's expansion adds an extra 1 tile per, so that's 6 opportunities for your main ingredients to have something new. You can always add something new to the game, which is really nice in the game. It keeps it fresh if you play 4 or 5 games in a row for an afternoon, or if you just want 2 and you want to mix it up between the games, it's really nice. Now, components, there are a couple Component upgrades you can add. For the most part, our components have been holding up pretty good. Our cherry bombs are starting to stick a little bit together, but we played about 30 games. And after a while, all the touching of the cardboard in the bag, you can tell a little bit, but none of our components are coming apart, which is fantastic. However, it is possible to add these coin cases to each one. You will need around 400 coin cases, especially if you get the Herb Witch's expansion, to add all the coins in these cases, which may add a nice robust feel to your bag. So in the end, how does it play with 2 players? I'd say this game is fantastic. This game hits all the notes that you want. No downtime. It's very, I wouldn't say interactive. Nothing relies on the other person other than just to kind of play on how far are you, looking over here, buying your own stuff. It's a great 2-player game. It scales very well from 2 to 4 players. The downtime is not there as long as somebody doesn't take too long to calculate what they have in the bag. But for 2 players, this is a nice, quick 30-minute game. Once you learn how to play, they can play, put down, have a good time. That's my review for 2 for Quacks of Quedlinburg. I give it my thumbs up as a 2-player game.